Namaste, my dear friends. We've been exploring in the last set of videos about the definitions of asanas. Today we will start with the classification of asanas. Traditionally, asanas were not classified as forward bend or back bend and twist, etc. But rather, there existed a wonderful classification of asanas based on the system of the chakras and certain important principles around that. So when the prana was flowing very smoothly through the body, it means that the prana was going through all the 7 chakras that are aligned along the spine along the Sushumna Nadi. Asanas where the chakras were all aligned so that the prana could move smoothly between all of them were classified as the Samasthiti type asanas, and that was the first and most important classification. When the prana was going through all the 7 chakras in an efficient manner, it would get distributed to all parts of the body symmetrically, and that is why it was called Samasthiti, which means a similar state where the prana flowed into every part of the body in harmony equally with grace. That's why asanas like Samasthiti, asanas like Shavasana, asanas like Dandasana, etc., where the spine is in an erect position, where the prana can flow, was called Samasthiti type asanas. These were mainly pranayama positions. Now, there is not always this situation where the prana is flowing smoothly. Certain times there are certain blockages in the lower chakras where the Mooladhara, Swadhisthana become heavy and drag the chakras downwards. So we need to lift the chakras up. And to address those, they had classification called Paschimatana type asanas, Paschimatana Bheda Asanani. That means asanas of the type Paschimatana, which basically meant extension of the spine, extension of the back part of the body. So this included asanas like Paschimatana asana, like Uttanasana, like Janashirshasana, etc., where we are extending the spine from the moola. We are basically lifting the moola upward so that its position gets re-established. So the focus of these asanas were on the lower chakras to remove the blockages in the lower chakras, and that is why they were called Paschimatana Bheda Asanas. In certain other contexts, we have blockages in the upper chakras. For example, we have like a depression or grief or anxiety, etc., that makes your upper portion of the body collapse, which means it reduces the distancing between the upper chakras. You want to re-establish them in an appropriate way. You would do the asanas of the type Purvatana Bheda Asanani, which meant the extension of the front part of the body, which would normally include some back arches, etc., where the focus is on the upper chakras, so that the distance between the upper chakras gets re-established to its original position back to Samasthiti. Same with Paschimatana, back to Samasthiti. That is the third classification of asanas called Purvatana. Sometimes we have imbalance in asymmetric situations. For example, the left side of the body may be lower than the right side, or the left side of the body may be more heavier than the right side, etc. One side of the body may have more blockages than the other. And this brought out 2 different categories of asanas. One was called the Parshva Bheda Asanani, where we would correct lateral corrections. For example, if there is only lateral imbalances, we would correct this through the Parshva Bheda Asanani. Whereas if there was an axial problem, for example, we need to correct an axial rotation of the spine, an axial imbalance along the limbs of the body and the neck and the shoulder of the body, etc. Parivritti Bheda Asanani were used. These were again to establish the body back to the Samastiti positions. So because chakras can sometimes also have problems in the asymmetric dimension, not just in the vertical dimension of alignment, but also in the left and right duality, it can have a problem. So that is where these two types of asanas came, that is called as the Parshva Bheda and Parivritti Bheda. Finally comes the asanas of the Viparita Bheda, which is inversions. Here what happens is there is somehow, when we say that the prana has to flow, it has to flow in two directions. But sometimes what happens, the flow gets stuck in one direction. So in order to reverse that, so that the flow can also get re-established in the other direction, we have asanas of the Viparita Bheda, which means inversions. Now inversion here does not only mean Shirshasana or Sarvangasana, but in the language of yoga, inversion means where the sun is above and the moon is below. Which means the sun is representing the fire in the Manipuraka chakra and the moon is representing the crescent in the Agnya chakra when they are reversed. So even in asanas like Adho Mukha or Uttanasana, for example, where you have the sun below and the moon above, that is considered as a Viparita Bheda asana. And these classification of asanas were the reason why other asanas were also created. Say for example, in Virabhadrasana, when you put one leg forward and one leg back, already there is a Parshva happening because the hip kind of laterally adjusts. Then there is also a Parivritti because you have to twist the body towards the front leg. And then there is also a Purvatana because you have to raise your arms and extend your upper part of the body backwards. So you see how every asana will have multiple classification, and that is what was the basis of asana practice, my dear friends, because they wanted to direct prana and energy in certain parts of the body, which is what we discussed in an earlier video. And this is how asanas are classified based on the energetic system of the body, and this is something that we have to remember very strongly, my dear friends, when we start practicing asana practices. Asanas are to influence the energetic dimensions. Asanas are not influencing just the musculoskeletal structure as very wrongly understood by many modern day practitioners. Reflect about it, my dear friends. Namaste. Namaste, my dear friends. My name is Kausthub Desikachar and I am currently representing the Viniyoga tradition. Thank you for watching our channel. Thank you for watching this video. And if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please click the subscribe button so that you may receive fantastic updates every week on all the wonderful videos that we are presenting. And of course, we would encourage you to share these videos through your social media platforms to all your friends and students so that this kind of special knowledge can be shared to all those who are seriously interested in the classical traditions of yoga. Thank you for your support, my dear friends, and we wish you all the very best. Namaste.